What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. How's that bite? Well, looks like I did it again. This time, Tackle Warehouse. Got a mixture of things here. We've got some lures, we've got some bigger things, some secretive kind of things. Let's just get straight to it. This is Evolution Angler Bassin. I am Miguel Malenciano. Be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell, and yeah, let's get right into the action. So, taking a look at the first box, looks like we have lures in this one. And first lure's up, a Whopper Plopper 60. If you saw my last video, you saw a barrage of Whopper Ploppers. Those were in the 75. This is in the slightly smaller 60 version. I didn't want to fray from what I was going for this year, which is a lot of perch and golden shiner imitations. I went ahead and just replicated that in a perch pattern. This time, again, the slightly smaller 60 instead of the 75. Seems like you could probably throw this on a medium rod. It's mostly a numbers kind of deal. The Whopper Plopper 60. Bang. Moving on, the 13 Fishing Bluegill. This one's going to be in the natural bluegill pattern. There we go, finally got it out. So you can see how realistic this actually looks. It seems pretty dark to me. And this is going to be a 5.25 inch swim bait. Looks like we have a little boot tail action going on there. Has the slot for a rather large hook. And the eyes look pretty realistic. I ordered this thinking that there might be 2 of them in the package. Either way though, you know, pretty cool. Okay, and keeping track with 13 Fishing, another swim bait pack from them. This one is called the Dine. So this color is called Dark Sardine. As you can see, this is going to be like a shiner imitator. A little bit of a different boot tail here. It's got the open flap for the hook, and this is more manageable. More of a common fish will bite this. Is only a 4 1/4. Looks pretty realistic as well. Not exactly a golden shiner pattern, but close enough. Good deal. Next, Man's Original Jelly Worms. So these are 12-inch worms. Pumpkin and chartreuse. I have fished 7-inch worms, 8-inch worms, 10-inch worms. I have not fished 12-inch worms. What a better candidate than Man's Original Jelly Worms. That might be the deal, especially in the summer when the fish are asking for a nice big worm presentation. Heck, I might even be able to pull this off in the pre-spawn. It has enough red tinge to it. And that chartreuse tail. Chartreuse works as well in the pre-spawn. It's not bad. It works a little bit better in the post-spawn. It's not too good there. I noticed a little air bubble in the tail of the worm. But still, overall, not bad quality. Man's 12-inch jelly worm. Bang. Let's keep it on the same page with Man's. These are snakes. So I believe the deal with these Man's snakes, they are 10-inch. I know this is a variety combo pack. I believe you're supposed to float these actually across the surface. So in essence, it's a top water. I'm sure that if you throw a little weight on the nose there, or one of those Nico weights like I showed you in the last video, you could probably get away with subsurface. I wouldn't really play too much with it in the water column. In natural forage, snakes play a big role. I wanted to go ahead and match that, and I did. I wasn't really too sure on what color pattern to go with best overall. I know there are a lot of black snakes. We do have a lot of timber rattlesnakes, a couple water moccasins, so I figured black or a copperish, brownish tone would do just fine. All right, we're gonna have here 2 Megabass Dark Sleeper swim baits. Well, actually, they're meant to be fished a little bit differently. So this is the Dark Shad, this is the Matsugoru, and they're both in 3/8 ounce. It is a swim bait, but I want you to notice one key difference here. Look at how it sits a little bit elevated off with tail up. Very similar to how a bait on a shaky head weight would. This is meant to be fished hopped and skittered along the bottom, maybe a little elevated, and then whoop. Either way, it's a little bit different. It already comes with a nice little stout hook on it. completely hidden by the fin. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different experience to go ahead and fish with this. I wanted to go ahead and branch out and try different things, so this fell into the category. May not be for everyone from the reviews and from other people I've seen talk about this lure, but seemed like I wanted to give it a try. Mega Bass Dark Sleeper, 3/8 ounce. A 2 for 1. Actually, we're here. Might as well do a 4 for 1. So here we have these Hustler Hybrid Finesse Jigs by Beast Coast. For their size, they do have a nice little stout hook. Needle nose, wow, pretty sharp. It does have a weed guard that is pretty girthy enough, but it's still pliable enough to go ahead and fall over for you when a fish is gonna go ahead and bite into it. What attracted me about this finesse jig, in essence, is this nice little, hot little, soft little feather it's got going here for it. So this is gonna give it a little bit of different action in the water, and it's got the nice little tinselish skirt going for it as well. Look at how beautiful that is. They seem to pair up almost perfectly with the Reaction Innovations Smalley Beavers. This bad boy right here. This is the blank check pattern for the Smalley Beaver from Reaction Innovations. Let me show you how well these two pair up. There we go. So you got a little bit of a dark profile here on the top, that luminescence on the belly, and that feather just hugs it so well. This is going to give it a great action in the water, especially because of that feather. These two are almost like hand in hand, perfect for each other. The next two I paired up in terms of trailer and jig, same deal. Hybrid Hustler Finesse Jig by Beast Coast. I got this in the Rayburn red pattern. It's got a great looking pattern to it with the feather, lighter brown, like that wheat colored feather. Then the same deal again with the tinsel on the skirt. Nice color red, nice color black, and orangish on the other colors on the skirt. This deal with the Reaction Innovation Smalley Beaver in the Oxblood pattern. I like this. You see how it sneaks in that nice little hint of purple, dark violet, translucent violet. Then it plays with your like red pumpkin seedish kind of colors and your red glitter. Man, wow. Especially when you just put it that way. Even this way still, that bruised look. But when you put it that way, that might be a killer in the pre-spawn. Okay, next product here. These are gonna be 1/4 ounce weedless swim bait hooks with the thread by Northland Fishing Tackle. Got these in white. I wanted to go get them in black, but they were sold out in black, so I ended up getting them in white. Makes no difference to me. We'll see if I feel like I'm getting less bites, then good old Roland Martin trick and black magic marker, and that'll do it. These are gonna go pretty well in combination with some of the lures that I got. This specifically with that right there seemed like a good tag team to me. So I am pretty excited about this lure. This is the Chase Baits Prop Duster. This came in 3 different sizes. I believe this was the smaller of the 3. So not only is this a glide, this is actually a hybrid glide bait. This is gonna play very similar with a propeller in the middle, just how a buzz bait would, but not a top water. This you're gonna fish freely in the water column. It is jointed here. I don't know how good of action it has, but I wanted to go ahead and get it in that 5-inch. It is slow sinking. I got it in the bone pattern, and hold on, sit tight. You sit tight. I haven't fished this once, and here I go upgrading the deal. Bang, bang. So what we have here, we're gonna have your bladed hybrid treble hooks with the blades on the bottom by VMC, and this we're gonna replace either the front or the back hook, and then again, I don't know yet which one I want to put, whether this one on the front or the back, or vice versa with the other one. We have the X-Wrap tail. I noticed that a feathered hook was the deal last year in certain situations for me, and I wanted to go ahead and give this lure a little extra something on top of another little extra something. I like this lure. Obviously, it caught the fisherman in this situation, but the reviews that I've seen for this lure are pretty good, to be honest with. So, Chase Baits Prop Duster in the 5.1, downsizing hooks to a little bit stealthier presentation, which will come in big, especially when the summer and the weeds start taking play, plus adding feathers and blades. A little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder. Hopefully these three play well together. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a yee. Quick side note, just want to mention my second best fish overall came on a Chase Baits lure, not this one, on the Thrill Seeker, which is their jointed lizard. That says something. All right, boys, we're down one box. We're about to be down two boxes. This next box only has one package, but very important item. So here we have a little good old toy for the good old kayak. We have a 4-inch Garmin Vivid Series 4CV. So this is not my first fish finder. I have had a Humminbird Piranha Max down imaging. Same deal, 4 inches. What inspired me to go ahead and get this bad boy and diverge is that this one has an array of features inside that I wanted to learn how to use. So this bad boy, first and foremost, comes equipped with GPS, which means I could just do chart plotting on any uncharted lake, really. This comes with an array of features. The selling point on this unit would be the color series, the bands of colors that they came out with for the down imaging. This one in particular does not have side image, but I wanted to go ahead and take advantage of chart plotting, traditional sonar, which is very key and very well placed, especially with that chirp sonar, and a scope, which is not the same thing, not to be confused with live scope, but their a scope sonar gives you a better view, overhead view of what you're looking at. So again, a couple key features for this bad boy. I didn't want to go completely overboard with fish finder, which if I get into bigger waters, I will have a dual system on the boat. But for now, small ponds, medium-sized lakes, this is perfect. This works well. Then I'll step up. Remember, with fishing, you always learn the simpler step 1 before you go on to step 2. So it's good to master a small fish finder now that doesn't necessarily have the craziest newest features, but does have some new features to keep me entertained with and has practical use in mind. Also, keep in mind that if you do want to fish deep, I am a shallow water angler, but I like to go deep, especially in the summer, especially in the middle of the day sometimes. It's just as good as hitting the pads. If you're going to do that, I don't care how good of an angler you are going to need eyes down there to hit some of these deep brush piles, these deep grass beds. You don't know what's down there. So this fish finder for me was the deal. Last box. And here come the rage comments in the section below. Bang. So yes, I went ahead and got a hydro weight. Why did I get a hydro weight? A number of reasons. First, I want to see if this dang thing really works. I don't expect it to be the magic pill. Part of me thinks, hey, this thing might not even work, but I want to find out for myself. I don't expect to use this in a tournament situation unless I'm in a tournament situation where every other boat around me has it. It's just like being the only person out without a fish finder in a tournament situation. It just doesn't make any sense. Also, this will be good in your good old practice situation. Let's say this does work. If you just want to call them in and practice a technique or a situation or whatnot, then hey, this is the deal. Why not? If you could afford it, if it's not going beyond your means, which this model, for my kayak situation, economically, it wasn't really breaking the bank. It's a tool. Again, if it works, it's good to have. You never know when you might need it. the actual review of the product. So it comes in 2 different modes. You're gonna have your passive mode, you're gonna have your frenzy mode. So one is gonna be a more passive, calm down, get them going a little bit kind of noise reproduction. It should be like schooling shad or shad just cruising about. And then the frenzy mode, it's gonna be a little bit more aggressive. I guess they're going for bass feeding on shad or bass feeding on bait fish in general. There's a couple neat videos on YouTube about this, especially this one with this guy in his fish tank. He's got pet bass. I've got a pet pumpkin seed, but he's got pet pumpkin seed and pet bass. He puts this on edge of his tank and they just fly to it. So this would be good, especially again, you know, in like a practice situation or in a situation really where I just want to teach, let's say, my son a certain technique. Fish aren't biting specifically that day, but you want to call them in, call them in. Just because you're calling them in doesn't mean you're getting the fish in the boat. You still gotta reel them in for that. You still gotta roll the landing net. You still gotta boat flip them, whatever. But the work still needs to be done with the actual rod, reel, and lure. That's it. Nothing else from me. That's all I got from Tackle Warehouse. That is it. Thanks for joining me today, YouTube. That one wasn't too heavy. The last video, that was major supply drop. But thanks to Tackle Warehouse, we had another supply drop today. Pretty interesting stuff in the video. Comment below and let me know what you think. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, got a couple boat mod videos lined up for you. There may be one more what's in the box coming up soon or in the near future, depending on how shipping goes. There's still some stuff coming out a little slow. What else? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm not really going by a schedule right now. I'm working on adding content to the channel in any way I can. It's a little rough. The lake's iced over right now. Everything's iced over and I don't do ice fishing. So right now it's just getting ready for the season. So we'll have some interesting videos coming out. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit that bell. And be sure to watch out for my next video. This is Evolution Angler Bassin. I'm Miguel Malenciano. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Oh. Almost forgot. Links to everything right down below. See you now.